Want to know how to easily turn any Divi module into a slider or carousel? While Divi is an excellent page builder, unfortunately it doesn't cater for every functionality needed to build a website. So in this Divi tutorial, I'm going to show you how you can build your own sliders or carousel without needing to buy or install any plugins. I'll also give you the code to copy and show you where to paste it. It couldn't be simpler. Hey there guys, welcome to the last video in our video series where we're using Swiper.js to build sliders and carousels using any Divi module. For those of you who've taken your time out of your day to watch these videos and watch this video, thank you from the bottom of my heart. If you've missed the other 3 videos, please click on this playlist that's going to pop up around about now and watch from video 1 all the way to now. It will probably be better because in video 1 I explain everything in more detail. And then for our last video today, we'll be using the Woocommerce module and we'll make a carousel slider so that you can slide through your products. So with the introduction out the way, let's get into the video. Before we move on to this tutorial, this will be the last one in the series. If you want me to make more of these tutorials with JW or what's it called, Swiper.js, let me know in the comments and maybe go through some of them and see which ones you want to build out, and then I can make more tutorials on this. Because yeah, I might have, when I think about it, I don't know if I explained it all too well. So maybe if I do more, but maybe you guys can give me suggestions on which swipers you want me to build out in Divi and which modules you want me to use. And then secondly, if you've jumped onto this video and you haven't watched the other 3, especially the first one, I'm going to leave a card that should pop up now. Please click on that, watch that one first, because I explain the Swiper.js and the plugin I use and everything and how it's all structured and that. So please watch that first video. You don't have to watch the other 2, but the first one is the most important. It'll probably be beneficial if you watch the whole playlist, but the first video is very important if you want to know what's going on in this video. So for this last video, we're going to work on WooCommerce, the actual products that you can put on the front end of your website, but we're going to turn it into a carousel slider just like we did with the blog module and the blurb modules. And this is going to be the same as a blog module in that we're going to have to inject code. And also, because of the way Divi has styled everything for WooCommerce, or I don't know if it's WooCommerce has styled it or Divi, I'm sure it's Divi. Anyway, it doesn't matter. We need to use some CSS here to get it working on smaller screen sizes. So there's going to just be a bit of additional code here. And it's just CSS. So let's go to the visual builder and let's just set everything up first. So these are what we've built in the last 3 videos. What we're going to do, let's add a new section. Let's do regular. And for this one, it's basically going to be the same as the blog post layout. So what we can do is add just a 1 column row. Put in a code module first. The first line of code we're going to put in is the arrows. So again, I just want to open this and go to my layer panel, because as in the previous videos, I just copy this from what I've already done. Where is it now? Here we go. So let's go to the first code module. Let's just copy that. And then I'll go back to this one, go to that code module, and just paste it in there. Let me just make this a bit bigger. Okay, so as in the previous videos, we're going to leave swiper button previous in there, that class, but we're going to use our own classes for the second one. So again, this code pen is linked in the description as the others. We don't need these, so let's just minimize that. We are going to need the CSS, as I said in the beginning of the video. There is some CSS that we need to add to just get it to work properly on smaller screens. But what do we want to go is into the JS. I'm just going to make this taller. And you can see there's a bit more code here, but it's basically the same code we've written already. If we go to we're looking for the navigation. Here's the classes that I've made. So we want the previous one first. So let's copy just the text, not the dot. And let's replace the blog button previous. with the products button previous. And you'll see it has appeared there. Then let's duplicate this. Let's go in there. Actually, what we can do, we can now copy this. Oh no, wait, we duplicated it. Oh, sorry, it's late at night and I've made all 4 videos in one go. So I'm sorry if I'm a bit mumbled with what I'm saying. But we're going to just change this previous to next and this previous year to next. So you'll see we have our 2 arrows showing now. So what we can do is add another module, and this we're going to add, so this is going to be our WooCommerce product. So obviously you need WooCommerce installed here, otherwise you're not going to have these modules, but it's this one here called Woo Products. So we'll add that in, and I've just got dummy products here that I imported from WooCommerce directly. So again, you can put in the number of products you want to show and all that, but I'm not really going to do styling here. I'm just going to leave everything as is here. So let's save that. And let's see how we need to inject the Swiper.js classes. So we're obviously going to need this one. I just want to open the core. I don't know why I keep closing it. So these classes of Swiper, Swiper Wrapper, and Swiper Slide, we need to inject into our HTML. So let's go to the front end. I'm going to refresh it. And again, I'm just going to quickly show you, and it's just for interest's sake, how we're going to inject this. So we need to, first of all, put each individual product post there with this class of, well, we need to give it this class of Swiper Slide. So if I just inspect one of these products quickly, it's over here. So it's all these are the individual products. As you can see, when I hover over them, you'll see that they get highlighted on my screen. So that's where we need to put the Swiper Slide class. So to do that, if we go to the code pen, to the very top here, let's just copy all of this, because it's basically the same. So let's copy everything from the top until this part here where it says products carousel slide. So just copy that for now, because I just want to explain it to you. Then I'm going to come to the plugin we installed. I'm going to go to all snippets. I'm going to open the JavaScript snippet. Come to the bottom here, and then I'm just going to add another comment. And this is the WooCommerce carousel. I'm just going to paste that there. So as I said, we need to give each individual product that class of Swiper Slide. So this is the third variable here where we've called products. And then we selecting all. As you can see there, it says query selector all. We need to give our WooCommerce module a class of DG product section. So let's just copy that for now. And then you'll see we're targeting each product in the WooCommerce module, which we're going to give this class of DG product section. So if we go back to the front end here, you'll see there's a class here of product, which we need to target. And we need to insert that class for Swiper Slide into here. So let's go back to the Visual Builder. In our Woo product settings, let's go to the Advanced tab. Let's click CSS ID and classes, and in the ID, let's paste DG product section, which we copied from here, or you can get it from the code pen and just copy it over here. You don't need the hashtag, just the text. So I don't know if I saved that. Let me save that. Then I'm going to come to the second one here. And if we look at the Swiper website, the next class, so the parent class of all the products, I know it says Swiper Slide and Slide 1 here, but these are our products here. And the parent needs to get a class of Swiper Wrapper. So if we go over here, the parent that holds all our products is this class of products. So if we go to our code here, you'll see the second line of code here. We again creating a variable called products container, and we are querying our Woo products module, which we gave this ID if you remember, and we are querying the products class. If you remember, it was products. And then for the last one, we need to put swiper into the parent element of the swiper wrapper. So we go to the front end. The parent of products is this class of WooCommerce. Don't worry about these columns 4. We're just looking at the first class. These classes don't matter. So the parent of the product class is WooCommerce. So if we go to our code again and we look at the last variable we create, it's the product section. We're querying our WooCommerce module, which we gave this ID to, and we are querying the class of WooCommerce. And if we look at the rest of the code, so we're saying if it's the product section, add the class list of swiper, because we need swiper added to the main container. Then if it's a products container, add the class list of swiper wrapper, which will be the products. And then for each individual product, we have to loop through it because it's an array, so there's more than one and we're querying all of them, so we need to loop through each one, and we need to give that a class of swiper slide. So I'm going to update this. Guys, I hope that made sense. I always worry that I'm not making sense. But let's refresh the page. And let's have a look what happened here. So in our WooCommerce, you'll see now swiper is there. It wasn't there previously. In the child of that one, we now have swiper wrapper. And in each product, we have, please, swiper slide. So you see swiper slide there, swiper slide there, swiper slide there, swiper slide there, swiper slide. So all of them have swiper slide. So everything is working how we need it now. And this will probably, no, it won't work yet. But you'll see it looks a bit different now. Okay, so let's go back to the code pen and we can get the rest of the code to make it actually work. So from this const products carousel slider, let's copy all that code. And let's go back to our code snippet here and paste it underneath this code. Okay, so if we just go through it again quickly, on mobile, it's going to be one slide per view with a space of 15 between each slide. We've given it some pagination, which we still have to add. We've given it navigation, which are the arrows. And then we've just set the breakpoints that on screens of 767 to 980 pixels, we want to have 2 slides per view. And on 981 pixels and more, which is desktops, we want 3 pages per view. And these are just the spaces between the products. So let's update that. Let's go to the front end and refresh. I can close this now. And now you'll see, there we go. And if I click the arrows, it's working. So now all you have to do is just align these arrows correctly. So let's go in here. Let's go into the first code. If you want, you can move your WooCommerce module between the 2 codes. You don't have to, but you can. Let's go to this code. Let's go to advanced to position. And remember, we gave it a position of absolute in the other videos. And what is this one? This is the previous. So this will be on the left-hand side. So just make sure it's in the center on the left. And if we go to the other code module, go to advanced position of absolute, and we want it on the right center. Let's save that and refresh and just make sure our arrows are now in the correct place. Yeah, I think they are sitting behind it, so we need to give a Z index. So let's give a Z index of 9 there. And in the other code module, let's also give a Z index of 9. and save that. Let's see if it shows now. There we go. So there it is. Just want to see if this is in the center. So let's just inspect this. And again, it's sitting in the content. So what we can do, let's try give our module, our WooCommerce module, a spacing of left and right. Let's do 4M again, and let's see if that works. There we go, that's better. Now it's that. Now it's at least outside the content and it still works. I just want to quickly see if why it's not, it doesn't look in the middle. Let's just go to the row here. So you see it's definitely sitting in the middle of the row. It's just because I wonder why there's so much space at the bottom here. Do you see it is sitting in the middle? It's just because at the bottom here there's so much space. Let's see why that is. Is it in the products maybe? But I think it looks actually fine. You might just have to play around. I just don't want this video to drag on too long. There doesn't seem to be any padding or anything that's at the bottom of this. But if I look at it now, it actually does look fine. So guys, I found it. There, you'll see if I hover over that first product, you'll see there's margin at the bottom. So if we see where that margin is coming from, margin bottom, here we go. So it's actually on the product. I wonder, let's go into the row settings. Let's just see something. If we go sizing and we make this one, the gutter width, and we save that, because that margin has to do with gutter width. So let's refresh the page. That does look better. Now, yeah, there's no margin at the bottom. So just put the gutter width to 1, and then it will appear more in the middle, the arrows. And you'll see it works quite nicely. When you get to the end, you'll see the opacity drops, and then you can go back. Again, you can put this on loop so it goes through endlessly. Let's just do the last thing quickly, and well, this won't be the last thing really, but one of the last things. Let us add our famous, is this it? Our pagination. So this is the one for the blog carousel. Let's just duplicate it. Sorry, that's my bad. What we need to do is actually duplicate the row. Duplicate the row. I'm just doing this just to speed things up, but you guys should know this all now after watching all the videos. Go into the code, go to the code pen. We'll see we gave this pagination the class of product carousel pagination. So just copy the text, not the dot. Come in here and take out blog carousel pagination and just replace it with, I think it would help if I copied this. Come back to the front end and let's try that again. Place it. There we go. Let's click save. Let's come to the front end and refresh. And now we have the pagination at the bottom as well. So that's how you do it for WooCommerce products. Now I just want to work on the mobile responsiveness. If we look at phone, you'll see it doesn't look too good. So I'm going to come here and let's just go down here and see what we've set. So for slides per view, we've set for 1. So stupid me. I pushed pause and forgot to record. So I've had to now re-record this part. So sorry if it's not in sync with the video I did before this one. But anyway, we're looking at mobile responsiveness, and I ended up in the last one by saying for mobile, we have slides per view as 1, meaning we want to show 1 slide in the viewport on mobile devices. If I come into the front end, you'll see it's showing 2. And that's just because of some styling that Divi has with WooCommerce. So what I've had to do is just write some CSS to get the styling right. If we go to the code pen, you'll see under the CSS here, I've got a whole bunch of CSS. So let's take the first part here, where it's min width 767 and max width 980. That is for our tablet view. So that's all tablet view. And then this is phone view. So I think what we must do, let me rather switch this to tablet. And let's work with tablet first. Let me just make this bigger. It might be too big. There we go. So tablet, if I click on this, it works okay, but you'll see the gap is, in some of the products, the gap isn't there. It's right alongside one another where there's a gap, but there's no gap. So if we come to that code pen and we copy the code for the tablet, so it'll be where it starts at media all the way to there. The second at media is for phone. So let's just work with the tablet for now. Let's copy that. Let's come to the visual builder. And what I'm going to do is come over to the page settings here. So it's this gear icon. Click on that. Come to the advanced tab and click on custom CSS. And I'm just going to paste the CSS in here. You can paste it in here, or you can paste it if you come to the front. If you go to Divi theme options, you can paste it in the custom CSS section there. But for this tutorial, I'm just going to paste it in here. So I'm going to paste that in there. And then you'll just see all it's doing is we're adjusting the width of each product. And then over here, we just setting the margin to 30 pixels on the right hand side. So if I save that, come to the front end and refresh. Now if we go through it, you'll see there's now a gap between each product. So it's now working fine on tablet. And because, let me just come to the front, to the code snippet here. You'll see on tablet, which is from this breakpoint here, from 767 to 981, we want slides per view to be 2. And the space between to be 30. So you'll see there it's showing 2 slides per view every time we scroll through. So let's have a look at the phone view now. Scroll down here. Now you'll see on the phone view it shows 2. And again, you'll see there's a gap there, but no gap there. And that's also got to do with the width and the margin. And if we come to my code here, you'll see the slides per view should be 1. So it should only be showing 1 slide now, not 2. So if we go back to that code pen and now we take the code for the screens smaller than 766 pixels, we copy that, come to the front end here, and we can just go to a new line and paste that in there. And we click save and go to the front end and refresh. You'll see now it's showing 1 per view. And it's a little bit narrow. So I think it's because we got that padding in there. So if we come here, let's save that. Let's come into the blog module, the WooCommerce product module. Let's come to design and let's go to spacing. And remember we put this 4M in. Let's click on the mobile icon. Let's go to phone and let's maybe change it to 2M. And then let's save that. Come to the front end and refresh. So it looks the same. Let me just check something here. So it was actually the width I had set. So you'll see in here I had the width set at 145. So I will change it here just so that you guys don't have that width. And I'm going to change it in my Divi builder as well by coming to the page settings. It will work. Advanced custom CSS, and then just changing it here to 200. And then let's save that, and it should make it wider. So let's refresh the page. and now it's filling up more of the space. So if we slide through, it is going one slide every time, which is working fine. So that's how we do the WooCommerce product slider. I hope that helped you, and I hope you did enjoy this tutorial. Thank you guys so much from the bottom of my heart for watching these 4 videos. That is the video series done now on creating carousel or full width sliders using Swiper.js. So I just want to thank all of you who have sat through these 4 videos, and yeah, just to let you know, it does mean a lot to me that you take the time out of your day to watch these videos. If you do want me to create any other type of sliders or carousels that you've seen in the demo section of the Swiper.js website, please consider leaving a comment, or you can send me an email if that's better for you, and I will try and make some time to create more videos using Swiper.js. And those of you who need a website done and maybe you don't feel you have the expertise, or maybe you just don't have the time to build the website, please check for a link in the description for my website. You can click on that link and you can book a free call over there. Then we can discuss the project and find out if I'm a great fit for you. Then if this video did help you, please consider liking the video. And for those of you who haven't subscribed yet, please can I ask you to consider subscribing? It does help my channel out. And lastly, if you're looking for any other types of video tutorials, especially for Divi, check this playlist out that will be popping up right about now. So this has been fun. I hope it won't be long before I release my next video. I'm actually looking at doing a full website build for the next video series. I have started on it, but it's still going to take some time to build out. So hopefully that one won't take too long. But anyway, I will see you guys soon. Have a good one. Cheers.